Good afternoon, good evening, I should say. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. It's 7:15. And let me just bring you up on screen here. Oh, I can hear myself. Hang on. Sound off. Well, I wasn't too sure I was going to make it back. I made the problem of made myself sit down for 10 minutes at home. I was home for a whole 1 hour, so I'm back again, and I have a plan though. I have a little bit of a plan. And nobody's watching, but that's okay. Oh, there's a couple of people watching. Hello, Melissa. And Co. Okay, so Friday things, hey? What a day. Natalie May scrapbooking. We have had a busy day, and I see 2 more busy ones coming up. So thank you for those of you who are, who are watching in. I know that my lovely Claire is over teaching her class, I believe, at the moment as well. Oh, hang on. There we go. So yes, for those of you who are doing Claire's classes, and then those of you who are not, which is you guys. So we are on day 2 of our NMX weekend, and Friday, 27th of March, lots of specials going. But I'm not going to waffle on about the specials tonight because you've heard me talk about it all day, and I'm a bit over myself actually. So I thought I might just sit here and create. Now, in saying that, what I am using today is mostly Natalie May scrapbooking products. I'm going to crack out a couple of the stamps that I have used today, since they're still sitting on my desk and I haven't tidied up. Let me just sort out my heat gun cord. There we go. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a loose plan today, and oh, Claire hasn't started yet. Oh, that's all right. And I thought I would have a play with some of these collage papers in my journal. I love these. These are super pretty. And I do, like I said, I do have a little bit of an idea, and I thought, why not? I'll get in here and have a bit of a go. I've also got some birds. Okay, I thought I might use a couple of birds. All right, let's crack into it and make a start. So I'm working in my ledger journal. I love this journal. I love that it is that it's got all these lovely prints on it. Oh God, I do love that page too. Such a nice page. It's got all the stuff in the background. I love that. And I love that I can stick just about anything in it and it still looks fantastic. I'm not going to show you all of these. These are online classes that I have done. But I'm going to make a bit of a start here, and I'm going to just put down a little loose amount of white gesso, only because I've got a little bit of a plan, not too much of a plan, but I just want to do a little bit of a, I don't know, I'm going to call it like a wash. I just want a little bit of whiteness. Now this is going to be, I'm going to call it an interactive page, okay? I'm going to, do, I guess 3 pages, but I'm going to do it so we're going to appreciate a little bit of white space, which is something that we don't always do we? We don't always allow ourselves to put white on a page. So I'm not completely covering everything up here. As you can see, I'm just spreading it out. All right, that's about enough. Now I'm just going to wrap this brush. I'm not going to wet it. I'm just going to wrap it in a baby white so it doesn't dry out. No fear of that happening. It is not a warm night here in Adelaide, but I thought I might now, while that's drying, use my collage paper and get that ready to stick on. Now this is the collage paper we've designed called Native, and all I'm going to do is give it a loose tear and tear off some of the white, soften the edges, and I'm going to then use gel medium to stick it down to my page. So the other purpose for the white in the background here, the gesso, is to give me a little bit of a pump of colour behind, a pump of white behind my collage paper so that it's not too cream. I'm still going to get that beautiful print coming through of the ledger, but this is our printed collage paper. Hello everyone, welcome, welcome. I am back and I'm not as chatty, so you'll just have to bear with me. I would have liked to have had the radio on, but I can't do that for copyright infringements, obviously. But I do actually pay for music here at the shop, so anyway, I'm going to stick that there. Okay, gel medium, where are we? Hello Delphina, hello Leanne, hello Alison, and Jenny's here as well. God, everybody's around on a Friday night. So I'm just going to use, like I said, I'm just going to use gel medium to now start sticking this to my page. Like everything else that I do, I do have a loose plan, okay? I've got a loose idea, but I really don't know how this is going to pan out. It's an excellent idea in my head, but we'll just give it a whirl, okay? So I'm using the Uniquely Creative collage brushes. So I've used the wider one for the gesso, just to give me a little bit of whiteness in the background. Now I'm using the Dina Wakley gel medium to stick down my collage paper, my Natalie May scrapbooking collage paper, and stick this onto my page. I'm sealing it because I am going to be adding some paint, some stamping, and a couple of other things to this page as well. I love this print. I think it is stunning, and I have not had an opportunity to use this one myself, so couldn't wait to have a bit of a go. Hey Gay, hey Debbie. Welcome to my Friday night waffling session while I create. There we go. Now this class tonight will go on a little bit longer because I do, like I said, I do have a bit of an idea. What's going on there? An idea in my head, and it's going to be a little bit more of an interactive sort of page. So while that's drying, what I want to do is I'm going to get this gesso out again. And I want to put a little bit of gesso around my edges. But I don't want to completely cover my image. So I'm going to wipe it off of the leaves. But pop it around the edges. Just before, and look at that, I've gone straight for the fingers. Because I'm going to try and incorporate this into my page a little better. Just a little. Okay. That gel medium is dead. Put that in the bin. Right, I'm going to dry this with my heat tool because I want it 110% dry before I do the next bit. Oh my God, Leanne's just commented and said she bought herself the ledger journal, but she hasn't been brave enough to use it yet. Now, what a load of rubbish. Sweetie, it's just paper and there's going to be no judgment on it at all. I think that, and I'm guilty of it as well, saving something for a rainy day. Oh my God, no. Okay, I don't want to have to show up when you're in a nursing home and say, why didn't you use this? You buy the things to be used. I treat it exactly the same as my other art journals. I do, however, give it a little bit more gesso sometimes if I don't want the black words to show through, but I do want the black words to show through today. And quite frankly, that's why I bought the journal, because I like the black words. All right. Maybe I need to have a drink. Okay. You just have to work with me on this. My brain is telling me one thing, but my logic is telling me to another one. Okay, I've got a big fat hole punch and I'm going to punch 3 holes. Hopefully it's dry enough that it's not going to tear the paper. Don't ask me to order in this hole punch. I have had it forever. I've got no idea where I got it from. I don't know if I can still get it. And to be perfectly honest, Facebook Marketplace might be your best bet. All right, that wasn't dry, so it's jammed. Okay, look away. Ripped it, bloody hell. That's because it wasn't totally dry. Okay, come back to that. And I always punch this way up so I can see that what I'm doing and if I've got the same amount of space, etc., etc. Right. Okay, hole punch done. I'm going to keep these because I need to use them. Ripped it a little there, but that's okay. I come back to that. Let's work on this page. So this page, I want to do some birds, maybe. I'm going to add some leaves. I like this one. Right, where's that white gesso? Here we go. Right, again, I'm going to do another loose wash just to give me a little bit of a base for my collage paper. Hello, Sandra, welcome back. And Robin, how you going? This one is, of course, a little bit more of a complex art journal page, okay? So my idea that I've got, and it might not work, I'm just going to have to pivot if it doesn't, and that's okay. And I am using Dina Wakley gesso here, and it's really old. I'm finally emptying classroom products that I've had for ages and putting them all together, which is fine. But this one still does the job. And I am going to be adding paint to this as well. So tell me how your week has been. Tell me the exciting things that are happening in your world at the moment. Let me read some comments. Let me read some bits and pieces that everyone's been up to, because all I have done today is talk, talk, talk. And I think that it's time for me to not talk, 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 and you girls to do some typing. And I'm going to, it needs to go there. Help me out. Give me some good news and something amazing, something that you're grateful for this week. Let's lift each other up a little. And not make it crafty things. I mean, crafty things are great, but you know, let's talk about some real life. All right. So I love that with our collage paper, a water tear just softens it, makes it really easy to use. That way, no, down. Okay, I'm going to use that one. I'm going to tear a couple more while I'm at it. So that one was from Bushwalk. Okay, I'm going to now use Walking Trail. Okay. Okay, so Alison's longtime boarder has finally gone back to Queensland after 16 months of living with you. Well, Alison, that's impressive. 16 months is a long time. And good on you for... Yeah, good on you. Sandra is packing to go away for Easter, making a crafty stash. That's what I like to hear. I'm not going away for Easter at all this year. This might be one of the first years in a long time that I'm not going away. Karen hasn't been very well with a bit of a tummy bug. That's not a whole lot of fun. I hope you're feeling better soon. Robin Attenborough. I'm grateful for going on a walk today with some Aboriginal elders and eating bush berries. Holy hell, what an experience. That would be amazing. Good for you. Hell, that's amazing. How do you make that happen? All right, that one's going to go down there. Maybe that one's going to go up there, and I feel like this one needs to come down here, so I'm going to tear this one back as well. What an amazing experience. I think that there is nothing better than doing something with, no matter what country you're in, whether it be our own country where we're very lucky, or perhaps going to another country and experiencing their culture. I think that's really cool. Okay, Michelle is back from her cruise. I did see your cruise photos, Michelle. How exciting. And doing washing, because, you know, that doesn't do itself. So I hear you. What else is there? Oh, Teresa. Teresa is recovering with her broken wrist, watching YouTubes and crafting lives. Like me. So thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon or this evening. Did I eat dinner before I came back tonight? Yes. I wouldn't call it dinner. I would call it a bowl of shitty noodles that I had here at work. Trevor's gone on his evening walk, and I forgot to tell him that I was working tonight, so that's my own fault. Gel medium. And so he's fending for himself, but I just jumped in the car and decided to come back to work and okay, there we go. Come back to work, and I know that I had some noodles in the cupboard here, so that was quick and easy. Not super hungry tonight. Okay, sticking this one down up here. I love that. Look at it, it's so pretty. Robin, connecting to your country finally. You are Aboriginal. Well, that's wonderful for you. Connecting to any country is great. I think that is when I was in Bali last month. I did a little bit of connecting to the local culture, and I let them connect with me, which was good. Okay, here we go. Very great. Okay, Michelle is grateful for my lives. Helps you stop overthinking. That's what anybody would want to see your art. Well, you're not doing it for anybody else, sweetheart. And it's giving you ideas for postcards. Good. Okay, I've put that. I need to put that one up a bit higher. Oops. Something that I really love to talk about is why we do this in the first place. And how we are all guilty of being in our own heads and trying to create to impress other people. Now, you probably think, oh, I don't do that. I don't create to impress other people. But secretly, I think we're all looking for some sort of approval somewhere. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. However, the more approval I was looking for, the worse my creating was becoming. I create for myself, wholeheartedly for myself. I am, and most of you know me relatively well since I am an open book. I have a very, very much no bullshit approach, and I think that's really important when you're creating. Because I don't actually care what you think, and I don't know if that sounds arrogant or not, or what, but I just can't subscribe to that. It doesn't work for me. Some people think that, you know, or a bit intimidated by the way I create, but I get a bit of an idea in my head, and then I just kind of go with it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the big picture. Okay, I don't think it matters at all. I'm going to put this aside to dry, and I'm going to have a look at these little birds. These little bits here, I want to stick under their heads. So I'm going to do that with the gel medium. Did I put the lid back on? Yeah, so I'm not going to give you a score out of 10. And I'm not going to tell you the right or the wrong way to do something when you're creating. If you're coming to me for advice and inspiration, thank you very much. That's fantastic. But it's up to you to take the things that I teach you and put them into practice, if that makes sense. I think that I'll just double gel medium. Okay. It's up to you to put these things into practice and to learn to create for yourself and not for anyone else. And you know what? Nobody's going to say to you, oh my God, Amy, that's terrible. And the people who would say that, you don't show them that work. You don't show them. It's got nothing to do with them. You are creating for you. What the hell did I do with my scissors? Here we go. Yes, you are creating for you, not for anybody else. And that's just so vital. So important. All right, can you see what I've just done there? I've stuck those on the back so that I can cut those circles out and have birds in circles. Again, excellent idea in my head. Am I going to be able to execute it? Nah, don't know yet. But I'm just going to make sure that that's stuck down completely because, you know. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for creating for love and for your mental health and for yourself. I think that that is so, so important to do. Share your work in our Facebook community because absolutely no one, not one single person is going to go, oh my God, that's crap. That's not what it's about at all, okay? Don't ever think that someone is going to give you a negative comment. Number one, I don't allow negative comments in my group or negative people in my Facebook group. That's not going to happen. We are there to lift each other up. We are there to create, whether it be a scrapbooking page, an artist trading card, an art journal page, a creative something that you've done with our collage papers. I don't care what you've made, but put it out there. Lift yourself up by sharing, okay? That's why everybody else does it. Lift each other up. We're women. We're freaking adults. It's not high school, people. No bullies allowed. No bullshit. Sorry, it's Friday night. If you don't like me swearing, turn it off. All right, I'm going to scissor around this because I feel like... I feel like I need a sharp image of this little guy. What did you say there, Alison? Your craftiness is amazing. Look, my craftiness is not always amazing. I think that what makes me amazing is my confidence and because I'm just going to lift myself up here. My confidence is important. And I just kind of go, you know what? Fuck it, it's fine. I've just cut that tail feather off, but you know what? It's fine. So yes, I am a believer in getting it done. Oh, who designed these fiddly little claws? Let's just cut those off. Nobody will ever know. Look at that. You'd never know. Yes, girls, go and enjoy Claire's class. Please. So yeah, I just kind of have built a confidence over the years. I have built a fuck it, it's fine attitude towards how I create. But I certainly do understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea. So, and that's perfectly fine. Yes, that might be the first time I've fussy cut collage paper on a camera, but I wanted to do that this time. Okay. Might be time to be adding some paint. I've got a little bit of a loose plan. This guy's going to go here. Don't know if I'm going to put anything on here, maybe just some words. Haven't quite figured that out yet. But I need to dry all of this before I start getting some paint on because it's a bit wet. Yeah, thank you, girls. It's nice to hear that. I do know that there's a lot of creators out in the world at the moment that are of all sorts of different ideas and theories when it comes to creating. But I started where you are. I was just lucky enough to have someone mentor me and nurture me and encourage me with my teaching and my educating, which is what I try and do with my brand ambassadors as well. So I think that I hope that one day those girls will be able to open their own store, keep this industry alive, and go from there. All right, look what I've got here. I have a romance novel in German. What does it say? I don't know. Do I want to translate it? Absolutely not. But it's got no pictures. But I liked the idea of it having a few words. So I'm just going to tear out a page. And I want some of these words around using gel medium. So the reason I chose this particular paper is because the paper has a little bit of white to it. I bought this romance novel when I was in Arizona with Alison a couple of years ago, and I have got no idea what it cost me because I don't do maths, and the Euro translation, it could have been a $50 book for all I know. It probably was by the time the bank fees and all the other bullshit with it went through, but yes, very, very funny. I also bought, is it Alice in Wonderland? No, one of the, yeah, in German as well. Just because the story's cool. Okay. I thought it might be interesting to have it in German. It's really funny because I'm sitting in here at work. It's not dark outside. I can't really tell how dark it is because I've got the roller shutters down and people really can't see, they can't see in. And I'm sitting in here talking to myself. Well, I'm not, I'm talking to you guys. And I can hear people outside. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. Yes, I'm talking to myself, and if somebody was to stand at the window and listen, I'm sure that they could hear me talking to myself. All right. So I'm just building some little collagey elements around the place. It's just going into the background. I'm not too phased about where things are going. I will be... That bit's not stuck down. Thank you. Stick down up there. I feel like that needs to be connected to the top. Oh, that bit's English. Lucy. Well, at least we know who one of the characters is. Pop a bit over here. Can't forget about this area. And I want to pop some across the bottom. Yeah, you can hear them walking by. I know, it's just so quiet. I've got no Ella and Kasia in the background. I can hear myself think, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. So if you can read German and I have put something a bit sweary in here or a raunchy sex scene, I apologise if I've offended you, but I can't read it. All right, and I'm not going to use Google Translate. Okay, that works. I'm just going to dry that because I want to put some of this on here as well, but it needs to dry before I put it through. And then I'm going to add some light washes of colour before I add my birds. Okay. Because I'm not 100% sure how dry it is, I'm just going to put a piece of paper towel here so I can, because I didn't even dry that bit, but that's okay. We're not going to squish it down too much. You've got a German dictionary. I am sure it's very informative. Okay. I do like the mix up of the two fonts. So we've got this script in the background, and then I've just introduced this book paper. So I do really quite like this mix up of the two different sorts, the two different fonts. All right, and I think that's probably just going to do me for the moment. Rather than wet that, I'm just going to wrap it. And dry. I feel like those circles could have been a bit bigger. I wonder if I can cut them out a bit more. But if I make them bigger, how are my birds going to... Oh yeah, that could work too. Yeah, the leaves on the bird collage paper are greatly underestimated designs. I haven't used it yet. Like, this is the first time I've used the leaves, and I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this. Okay, I might work on the inside page before I work on the outside page. Paints. I'm going to cut this off. And that's annoying me. I've got to cut that off. So I've got a combination here of colours that I've pulled out from Art by Marlene, I think her Calm collection. And I've also got some Dina Wakley, and I've actually got a little bit of Paper Artsy Gold as well. All right. Let's choose a paintbrush. What have I got here? No, none of the paintbrushes I want. Hang on. Okay, I just wanted something about that sort of number 18 from Art by Marlene will do the trick quite nicely. All right, let's have a look at these colours I've got. I've pulled out a range. I've got some darker tones, and I might put it on a paint palette tonight instead of on my background. Tear-off palettes are something that everyone needs to have in their stash. I do need to do a top-up of them, actually. So, all right, I'm just going to put a range of colours out. I have got Desert by Art by Marlene. I have got... Oh, let's put some browns out first. Tobacco. Sand. Mud Fight. Don't know about that. Just put a little bit of that out. So they're the Art by Marlene colours. I'm also going to put out Elephant by Dina Wheatley. Oh, I like that. Sage. Mineral. So I'm going for like really quite muted colours this time. I decided I wanted to not do something bright. I did bright earlier today. This one is called Olive. Breeze. I will be doing another Art by Marlene order on probably Tuesday or Wednesday after I've packed all your orders. Did I already do that one? Yes, I did. But yes, because there's new Art by Marlene coming out in about 5 weeks, so I have to confirm my order. All right. I think I've got almost all the colours. Let's put this Kermit out. I'm getting a bit over the top here with my paint and a 0. But I've got really bright images, remember, so that's why I'm wanting a more muted background. All right, let's just get in there and get it done. Okay, stop fluffing around, break the page. Famous last words. Now I'm going to go in really quite light. I don't want anything too dark. And I'm going to layer colours just around the page on top of each other, and I'm going to not cover up the background, just add a little bit of colour. Oh, that's nice. And I'm going to enjoy this process of just getting some nice colour down onto my page. I'm not in a hurry, I've got nowhere to be. Well, you know, home on the lounge. But I've already got my slippers on, so I don't need to worry about that. And I'm not worried too much about getting the darker colours in just yet, because I am going to add some stenciling. The best tool we've got is always going to be our fingers. I did say white space, but I can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cover lots of it up, aren't I? Oh, that's the wrong colour. I need night. All right, stuff that up. So I'm very quickly going to find, look, that one will do. First stencil I put my hand on. Come here. But I can't get out of the packet. There we go. There we go. Okay, what did I do that for? I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna keep that handy. Triple mark stencil, that one's called. In fact, you know what? I actually quite liked that. Let's do it again. Okay, good-o. I said I'm just going around my page, adding little elements of depth and colour. A light, feathery touch does wonders. Haven't cleaned my brush, just wiping it off as I go around. Do I like it? No. Am I fussed about it? No. Shall I just stick a baby wipe over the top of it and rub it back? Absolutely. Is it the end of the world? No. There we go. Just rub that back. A little bit of this colour in here over the top of that. Okay, that's working. Baby wipe can pull the colour back as well, okay? I am going to be adding some white over the top of this in the way of stenciling, and actually I don't hate where this is going for a change. Okay, let's just go in now with a little bit of this deeper green. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Sorry, I know I'm as surprised as you are, guys, don't you worry. But I'm going to put birds over that, so. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, that worked out better than I thought it was going to. Now I'm going to do it on this side. I've started to creep into here. So I've got to go and I've got too much on my desk. Hang on. Hang on a minute, I just need to tidy up. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Don't need any of those just yet. Put those down there. Put the drink out the way, the scissors out the way. All right, there we go. It's a bit grungy. That's what I was going for. I'm going for grungy. I don't always need to do things that are pretty, and I love creating like this. This floats my boat in a big way, okay? I really like this. Now, my bird, where's my bird? Here. I don't want to put too much darkness under my bird. So I'm just quickly going to grab a black pen and go there, 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 there. Got a bit of an idea where my bird's going to go, okay? And I don't want to put it on just yet. All right, back to these colours. I can put light colours under the bird, but I'm not going to put the darker colours. So I'm just going to start mixing in. What's that colour? Oh, that's that mud fight. Mud something. So just pushing the paint around, blending a few colours together, far away from perfection as possible. Got a little bit of water on my brush, which is something I don't do very often. Way under the head. Okay, I don't want to go too spotty. I'm aware of making the page overly spotty. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to brush some more colours over the top. And I'm also being aware that maybe my phone's going to go flat. Let me just check that. Nah, it'll be fine. Famous last words. Right. Welcome to everybody who's just tuning in. Sorry, I'm just completely in my own head here, creating bit of a grungy sort of art journal page on a Friday night, just giving you a little free mini class, just because why the hell not? Okay, my bird is still going to sit here, but I still do need to get some colour around it. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's a good colour, but I didn't use it on that side, so I'm being careful. Yeah, so just having a play, doing something I don't allow myself to do very often. And I figured, why not? Let's do it on camera. And it's part of our NMX Natalie May scrapbooking online event for the weekend, where we have got some amazing specials on our website. So today being, I don't know, what are we, Friday, the 27th? We have got some really cool specials on our website. What the hell happened here? Anyway, oh, paper towel stuck. So yes, we've got some specials on our website, and that is Art by Marlene products are 15% off today, as well as quite a few other products. So if you go onto our website, all of our specials are listed there. I'm not going to bang on about it tonight. But it is something that is really important for us to do, is to give back to our customers, you guys, because you are the reason I'm here. I do this for you. And I really like doing it. Maybe not as much on a Friday night as I used to, let's be honest, but that's okay. All right, I'm just popping that there. So I'm building this little background. I'm going to, see how I've got the darker colour at the bottom? I like that, but I've got too many spots here. So I'm just going to do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. So yes, lots of really cool stuff happening, and I will be coming back tomorrow morning right here at 9 a.m. doing another live Facebook, having a coffee and a chat with you, and just did a big paint goober. Let's wipe that off. Yes, coming back here in the morning, having a coffee and a chat at 9 a.m. Adelaide time, and then we have got live Facebook again at 10:30, and then again at 1:30, 3:30, and we have a special guest tomorrow night at about 7-ish Adelaide time. So that's really exciting. All right, coming together. So I'm using the stencil and dry brushing on some paint. I call it dry brushing because I am using a dry brush with absolutely no water on it. Oh, why do I don't want to use that colour. Terrible, Natalie, terrible. It's the wrong colour. Oh, well, now it's on everything. Don't hate it. Bet I can't make that colour again though. Baby white can be your friend. Yeah, okay. What do we think? We done? I am going to add some stamping. I am going to add some birds on. I've got some doodling to do. Alison, I thought you were jumping in on the other class. What happened? You're still here. Okay, I like it. I've got the depth here. I've got depth here. I've got depth here. I've got some depth here. You can see the. I need a bit more up here though. So I'm going to grab a wet. Just a tiny amount of water on my brush. There we go. And that feels a little deeper. Paintbrush in your mouth, finger. Marks through a stencil, didn't really do much. Let's try harder. Oh yeah. Dun, dun, dun. And again, it's just, for those of you just tuning in, probably thinking she's not doing a whole lot of talking. It's because I've been talking all day, doing live Facebooks all day, and you can catch them all over on my YouTube. But I am sick of the sound of my own voice, so I'm just sitting here creating for you. I will talk you through a little bit here and there, but you know. These are fun, easy techniques that you can transfer over to your own creating. Please try and replicate this page. I'd love to see it. You can do it. Okay, I need to dry that because I need to now turn the page and go over to the other side. But I need to make sure it's totally dry so the paper towel doesn't stick again, because that's a thing. I don't know if their birds are going to work. Sure they are. Yes, they are, Natalie. Yes, they are. All right. Let's put some colour over here. Oh, hello, Faye. I've just decided to look up and look at the comments. Apologies, I'm not ignoring you. Oh, wrong paintbrush. Idiot. I'm just in my head, in my creativeness, in my creative bubble here. And not really paying attention to anybody other than myself. So I do apologise. If you have any questions, ask away. The lovely Amy is floating around writing comments. and letting us know where all of these products are from. Thank you, Miss Amy, one of our brand ambassadors. Okay, a little bit of green there. I want to take that a little bit lighter. Okay. Stop and think, Natalie. Think about the colours you're using. There we go. So because I've got gel medium over this, and this is our collage paper, I know that I can, if I get paint over it, I can quickly wipe it off with a baby wipe. It will come up okay. I need a bit more of that colour. What was that one? Desert. So Art by Marlene paints are also on special today at 15% off. I know, I wasn't going to talk about it, but just can't help myself. I'm making sure you guys get bargains. That's what it's about. Bit of green. Bit of this brown up here. I'm sure that before too long you guys will be recreating this and posting it in our Facebook group, and I can't wait to see how good they look. Okay, a bit of a wishy-wash down here. Bit of depth at the bottom of the page. I always like the depth at the bottom of the page. I think it's really important sometimes to do that. And I'm going to bring in that stencil. Nearly done with the painty bit, but I'll probably fluff around with it for a few more minutes because, you know, that's what I do. And I am going to be adding a title and some wording on the front here. I have decided I'm going to make this a little bit of a wordy title over the top. So I don't mind that I've got a range of colours going on. This is annoying. What the hell did I do there? Right, let's fix it. That's better. That's terrible, Natalie. See, now I'm picking up my own little mess up bits and you're probably going, oh, but it's fine. What is she complaining about? I know, but I'm just doing that whole could have done that better moment. Now I'm going to add in some of those lines in that green that I've run out of. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now I'm happier. Not 100% happy, but that's okay. All right. Boom. Next thing I want to do is I've got a particular stencil that I'm looking for that I cannot find. So let me just trawl through. Where am I going to put that? Here. Trawl through my stencils and see if I can find my either cellular or organic circles, because I want to add a little bit of gold to my page. Oh, that's not my preference. Organic circles is my preference. Of course, it's not going to be in that folder. Actually, okay, plan B. Nat's Scribbles. I've got a Paper Artsy Gold here. Now, this paint has separated on the shelf, right? Very common thing. So, before you use it, you shake the heck out of it. Faye, the paint that I'm using is a combination of Art by Marlene, these ones here, and Dina Wakely, okay? So I did mention and I swatched them all and squeezed them all out at the beginning. So when you go back and watch this, I don't know, tomorrow, you've got a bit of an idea. Okay, so Paper Artsy Gold. I love this paint. So as it's separated, have I shaken it enough? Oh, that's pretty good. And I'm going to use a latex sponge. Oh, so good. Okay, why do I love this paint? Because this paint, this particular shade of gold is a light gold, and I love it. Oh, look at that. Okay. Is that showing up on camera? And I'm just going to spread it out because I don't want to like over gold it. Over gold, you know what I mean. I don't need to saturate it, but I did rub too hard, so that was a bit of a whoops. But this stencil is called Nat's Scribbles, and this is my handwriting on a stencil, and it's exactly that. It is my scribble. Now, I'm just going to do something I don't normally do, which is wet my sponge, because I want to loosen up this paint a little. Oh, that's so nice. These lovely little touches of gold through it. Okay. And you know what I'm going to do? A couple of these guys. And it's creating the nicest little sheen of gold on our page. Now, I'm just going to give it a little lift so you can kind of see, I don't know. I don't know if it's showing up on camera because I'm too busy creating and not looking at the camera. Let's go again. Gold stencil. Just brushing it lightly. I don't want to overdo it. And you don't want to underdo it. There we go. The gold is super pretty. It's just subtle, it's just nice, and it's just an understated little lift. Because why not? Okay, now the dots. Okay. And knowing when to stop is important. About now. Okay, gold done, page done. Let's have a look at sticking this gorgeous little thing down. And I'm going to use a thinner brush for my gel medium. I did actually wrap that guy up, but I'm going to put it in some water. And I'm going to use gel medium. Here's a hot tip. Get yourself a metallic pen and write on the top, gel medium. Michelle, that was a Paper Artsy Gold. Paper Artsy Gold. The code is FF20. It is a bloody wonderful gold. I do love it. It is my go-to gold. Okay, we are on the tail end of this, so thank you to everyone who's actually stuck it out. Because, oh, look, his bloody tail. Oh, has been trimmed. Yeah, it does separate though, so you do need to be aware because it's a green based gold. But all it means is you just shake it and, you know, before you use it, just check to see if it is good. Bring it all together. Okay, there's our bird. Now, these ones here are just about dry. I'm going to cook them and then I'm going to stick them underneath where my holes are. The punch that I used, Alison's just asked, the punch that I've used, I collect circle punches, okay? So, this is an old Fiskars one. I even think I bought it at a garage sale. I've got no idea how big it is. I'm going to say that's 1.5 inches. There's no code on it. There's no nothing. That's how old it is. There's not a single word on it anywhere. So, without measuring it and finding a ruler, which I do not have at present. All right, let's cut it on this side. Again, something that works really well in my head, okay? Will this execute? Don't know. I've still got stamping to do. I've still got black outline detail to do. I still need to learn how to cut a circle properly. So there's still a few things left to do, okay? In fact, I might just take a pause in a moment and go and get a charger for my phone before this goes pear-shaped. Yeah, look, it doesn't matter. You could cut them out freehand. It wouldn't really matter. You just need to take something, 3 consistent circles, and then, I probably would have made these a little bit bigger in hindsight, but 1, 2, 3. Some kids riding their bike out the front in my car park. It's way past their bedtime. Right. I'm just going to find a phone charger. Won't be a moment. Got it. Plug it. Oh. Rightio, let's plug this baby in. Hey, now we charged. Okay. Now we go back to here. I'm going to put this guy in the middle, this guy at the bottom, this guy at the top. Nothing fancy. Bit of Nouveau glue. So for those of you just tuning in, this has been a process, but we're getting there. But you have joined me towards the, I'm about the 3/4 way mark, I reckon. I've just got to finish off with my detail and my titles. Art journal page using Natalie May scrapbooking collage papers, and paints by Art by Marlene and Dina Wakely. Now, some of you have been a bit cheeky. No, Collage Papers not going to be on special this weekend, okay? I'm not going to tell you what tomorrow's special is, but that's all right. Okay, I feel like he could be, that's better, twisted and twisted. So I should be able to, oh, look at that, I love it. Okay. Let's talk about extending this branch while that is drying. What am I going to use to extend this branch? I've got the scribble sticks still on my table here from today. So let's find syrup and umber. Yeah, that ought to do it. Hey there, Helen, thank you. Okay, Michelle's asked, how does the Nouveau compare to the Art by Marlene glue? I have 3 favourite glues and I rotate between all of them. At the moment, I'm reaching for the Nouveau one first before anything else. They are very similar glues, to be perfectly honest. I think that they're very similar glues. They are a white glue, and I think that they are specifically designed for us crafters, so that's important to me. I'm just going to let that sit there. So, and that's going to come out there. But yeah, look, I am reaching for the Nuvo glue first. The only glue that I don't use as much as I used to is the Art Glitter glue. Why? I don't know, just because I tend to reach for the Nuvo or the Art by Marlene first. That didn't work like I wanted it to. I'm not very good at extending. Oh, hang on. Here's a bit of acrylic paint. I'm not very good at extending things like this. I get a bit pedantic about it, but I'm just going to take my own advice and commit to it. And I might draw over it with my Stabilo. That will help. Right. Happy with that? Is that a branch? Yes, he's on a branch down there too. Well, that's inconvenient. Should cut that off. But I didn't. Yeah, look, so Tegan, hey Teags, the Art by Marlene bottle for squeezing. Yeah, it really depends on your hands. Have you got old lady hands and your hands don't work all the time? Which is quite often like me. My hands don't always work and I'm too scared to admit that. But I don't like that. But yeah, so it's up to you. But I put it this way. The ones that I sell, I use, okay? The Studio Light glue is more of a water-based glue. That's one in a pink bottle that we've got on the website. The Art by Marlene has always probably been my number one. I do reach for that one all the time. So, yeah, I guess that's what I go back to. Right, what do I want to do? Let's add a little stamping. So today I cracked open this set. I don't know if it's still available online. My Link Ninjas, is this guy, Background Building, still available on our website before I go and use it? Amy and Teagues. It's a great stencil. All right. While I'm doing that, I'm going to grab while I'm waiting for the girls to respond, and I've got like a 20-second delay here. Let me find a pen. Sorry for reaching across camera. Is it still in stock, Amy? Is that a yes? Yes, okay. This is really cool. Finding yourself a good background stamp is really important. Something that does a nice image. So I'm going to use the dots first, and I'm going to use this green called Shamrock from 49 and Market. Up the right way. And I can smudge it out because it is a dye based and it's a slightly slower drying ink. So by doing it in green, helps it just settle into the background a little. And become part of the page. And I could put it on a block, but I like the flexibility of it going on a page without being on the block. So not having a really sharp edge. I think that that's really important. Giving it a little smudgy smudge. Okay, so that's the green. I'm now going to close that back up and pop some on the front. Oh, how nice does that gold look? That was an excellent idea, putting that on there. As I, you know, blow my own horn. Right, shamrock, great colour. And the next stamp is going to be this guy. Now I'm going to do this one in black, but I want to focus on this top section because I really like the grid element. Whoops. Like that. Now that's too dark. So let's just tone it back, rub my finger over it, incorporate it into the page. Do a little off stamping around it. So I'm not going to re-ink again. I'm going to, yeah, there we go. So rather than putting it on where it's super dark, I'm lightly tapping into here because that really did go too dark. I am going to put a big bold title on as well, so that's enough. And remember on this side, oh, how good does that bird look now? I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. Keep it light, Natalie. Rightio. Black archival ink because it pretty much goes over everything. Perfect. And that's all I'm going to add with that stamp set. However, I'm going to pull out one of my stamp sets. Let me have a little flick through and find what I need. Numbers. In blue numbers. Dress blues. The perfect colour. Look how worn my stamps are, they're a bit embarrassing. But so I can't even tell if it's up the right way or not. I think she needs re-inking. Does need re-inking. And I don't believe I've got another re-inker. So let's go with, forget that, fail. Okay, we're gonna go in black and I'm not gonna regret it. I'm gonna go in lightly, like that. It's about building a background. And I'm connecting my stamping, my bold stamping like this to an edge, just in case I stuff it up. Because there's a chance that that could happen at this point. because I get a bit over the top with my stamping. Not afraid to say that. Okay, and again, knowing when to stop is important. Put the stamp away. All right, let's wrap this up, hey? Let's wrap this up with a black pen. Okay, I'm going to get my doodle on. Never thought you'd hear me say that, but you thought. And to do that, I'm going to stick that there. And I'm going to use my Uniball eye pen. Now, if you had my circle stamp, you could probably stamp around this, but I don't want to do that. I'm after more of an organic doodle look. Very scribbly. Oh God, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to sleep well tonight. Famous last words. All right, and now I need to think of an exciting long title. This has taken longer than my online class, my paid classes, hasn't it? Far out. I have dragged it out tonight, but that's okay. This actually probably would have made a really nice art journal page. So for those of you who don't know, I do an online art journal class every month where you can get lifetime access, but we do a more in-depth technique-y based class. And it is a new class every month using different techniques and different, I don't know, we do it in a large Dilutions journal. It's a lot of fun. I think I've been doing the classes now for coming up to 5 years, 6 years, far out. And you can, different class every month. I know a lot of you here have done my classes and have really enjoyed them. And I think most of you learn something new every month, which is really important to me. I make sure that you do that. Oh, Tegan. Gonna go around him and give him a little shadow. So yeah, we do a really cool art journal class. It's good fun. You can jump in and you can go back and do some of my original classes if you like. You don't have to do the current classes. They're all different themes, all different materials. A lot of the classes have a kit that I send out. A lot of the classes, and then they're all in a private Facebook group, which then have a link to YouTube. And we nearly messed that up. did mess that up. Here we go. Let's just take that back a little. So yeah, we have got some really great classes. So you can always go back and do them again at a later date. And having lifetime access is really, really important. Okay, now I need to pull out a quote off of Pinterest. So, because my brain's not working. P for Pinterest. Don't make me log in. Oh, you son of a gun. All right, this isn't gonna work. Let's go with, oh, Natalie, I should have thought this before. I don't want to know what's new. I want to find me an inspo, INSPO quote. Right, let's see what I can find here. Images. What did that just say there? Oh, that's a bit too much. That's a bit deep. All right, let me write that down on a bit of paper. Once we accept our limits, no, I don't like that one. Right. I'm not here to be average, I'm here to be awesome. What am I going to write it with? Big black texter, big black Posca. Always shake it first. Don't just assume that everything's going to be okay. Yeah. Or maybe a thin one. Let's just, sorry. Now look, see, this is what happens when I'm tired. I'm thinking about it too much. Fat one or skinny one? Skinny one. Skinny one for sure. Okay, so I'm just giving some boldness around here. Oh, something else, I'm going to run this past you guys while I have a captive audience. would you benefit from doing a different ways of writing in your journals class? So what that would be, not a handwriting class, because I can't teach you how to handwrite. That's your handwriting is a you thing. But I'd like to do a class, an online class, where you learn different things and different ways to write on your journal pages. I've got some ideas, but I'm not too sure. I have to think about it a bit more. Oh, so yes is a yes and a yes. Okay. All right, I'll stick that in the to-do list. Won't be in this half of the year. I can tell you right now. I'm not going to write anything on there, I don't think. Okay, so I might aim for maybe doing that in July after the retreat. The retreat takes up a lot of brain power, so I won't do that until then. All right, I reckon I'm done. Okay, absolutely done like a dinner. It does need words on the front here, doesn't it? Trying to get the gold paint off my fingers. Okay. All right, I'm going to take my phone out of the holster. And I'm going to come down here. Whoops, sorry, that's my cord. And give you some close-ups. Okay, because it doesn't do it justice. It's a really lovely, look at all of these little gold elements. Oh, okay, so maybe the leaves might be my new faves. Look at this detail up here. How good's that stamp? All right, here's a bit of realness for you. That'll be me. Okay, hang on. Oh, boom. So I'm thinking that I might do that. I might do a how to write on your art journal page, but yeah, it's certainly not going to be in this half of the year. Thank you to everyone for joining me tonight. It has been an absolute hoot. I've really enjoyed this. It's been nice to sit and create for me, just by myself. It is very tired in here. Tired. I am very tired. It's very quiet in here. But you can, I'm going to upload this to YouTube and take a couple of photos of it to show you. But for those of you playing along at home, day 2 of our NMX weekend. I know this is back to front, just go with it. But our NMX weekend, we've got 15% off Uniquely Creative Arden, Art by Marlene, All in Create and Simple Stories ends tonight. And then I have a brand new special tomorrow. So jump online in the morning and I can see you back here at, what time did I say? 9. See you back here at 9 and I'm going to do a... tell you what the special is going to be for the day, and then 10:30 another free class. All right, guys, have a lovely evening. Mwah. Chat soon.